I'm pretty certain I cracked the code and figured out what this Travel Supreme motorhome brand is here. So we're gonna take a look at this shorter Class A gas motorhome that is really reasonably priced, and then talk about what happened with Travel Supreme as they went out of business in 2008 and are now back. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at this 2025 Entegra Coach Travel Supreme 27A. This is going to be a very compact gas Class A gas motorhome. It is on the 7.3 liter, on the Ford chassis with a 7.3 liter V8 engine. And it's interesting, there's not even a whole lot of information as of me filming this right now of Travel Supreme online. So I had to really do a lot of kind of just digging into this myself and kind of figure out what was going on. And this seems to be something that a lot of other RV brands out there have practiced, where if you think of something like Forest River, Flagstaff, and Rockwood, for instance, those are brother-sister brands that make the exact same floor plans. They have very slight, the differentiation between them is literally just a different name on the outside, essentially, and a slightly different color scheme. And that's about it. That's basically what we got with Travel Supreme here. So Travel Supreme went out of business in 2008, and then Entegra Coach purchased the assets to Travel Supreme. And then however many years later it's been, almost 20 years later, 16, 17 years later, we now have a 2025 Travel Supreme motor coach. So this here is essentially the exact same thing as an Entegra Vision. And I know this because I just went to a North Carolina RV show before I got to this show here in Dallas. And I saw the Entegra Visions at that show, and I was like, oh, that's also just a Travel Supreme. So this here is the base level Travel Supreme. You also have the Travel Supreme Premier Series. This is gonna be the exact same thing as an Entegra Vision XL. And then they also have Travel Supreme motorhomes that have full body paint schemes on the outside, which these look really slick. I definitely would gravitate more towards this, although they are a bit more expensive. So this is also a Travel Supreme Premier, but this has a full body paint scheme here on the outside. So the Premiers are going to, again, be just like an Entegra Vision XL. And then the regular Travel Supremes that are not the Premier are going to be like an Entegra Vision. Now, again, just like I said, it's basically the same thing as Rockwood and Flagstaff from Forest River, where they're just two brands that are making the exact same thing. Now, why would a brand or a manufacturer like Entegra do this? The reason they would do this is because they are essentially trying to capture more market share. So when it comes to RVs, and let me face the camera while I talk to y'all about this. When it comes to RVs and dealerships can only carry certain brands if there's not another dealership within a certain mile radius of that location that is also carrying that brand. That way you don't have two dealerships that are right down the street from each other that are both selling the same brand and can basically undercut each other. It's just a way to try to keep fair competition in the marketplace. So because of that, sometimes brands will do exactly what Entegra has done here, and they will create a new brand or acquire the assets to a new brand and have another option out there in the market that is essentially the exact same thing as another brand. So again, think Rockwood and Flagstaff, that now allows them to sell essentially the same camper in the same area under two different names. And that is kind of my assessment of what is happening here with the Travel Supreme. So curious your thoughts on that. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing or anything, but I'd be curious your guys' thoughts. It's something that's very common in the RV industry, or not maybe very common, but it certainly is not like Travel Supreme and Entegra Vision are the only brands that are doing that. There's other brands out there that do the same thing too. You could think Salem and Wildwood from Forest River. They're both the same things with different exterior colors. So lots of different brands that do this, and now we just have seen another version of that. With it being an Entegra Coach, you get this wraparound windshield here, so it wraps around the corners there. It looks really cool. Definitely makes your viewing experience while you're driving this motorhome, which is one of the biggest reasons people purchase a motorhome like this to begin with, is the views that you get while you are driving down the road. This basically means that as soon as you pull out of your driveway, your storage facility, whatever it may be, your trip starts then, because you are getting a viewing experience of the country like no other in a Class A motorhome. And that expands it even further as Entegra and Jayco are, I believe, the only brand that do these wraparound windshields there, giving you just a greater viewing experience. Again, 7.3 liter V8 on this. It has Continental tires on here. And then I believe these are Alcoa rims on that. And that is a 245/70R 19.5 on the tires. You have these storage spaces through here. It has this easy drive system here. This is basically just going to encompass things like shock absorption and stabilizer bars underneath here that are going to make the drive more steady as you're going down the road. It does have, because it's an Entegra product, a 2-year limited warranty and a 3-year structural warranty. That's important because, or I point that out because most RVs have a 1-year limited warranty or limited base warranty, and this has a 2-year base warranty. And then you can see the price here at the Dallas RV show where I am filming this is $134,995. Now keep in mind, when you are seeing this video, this Dallas RV show is already passed. So, but as of me filming it at this show, that is the price there. So under $140, pretty dang good deal for a gas Class A motorhome in this size. And I also would argue that I think the quality is pretty good on this. It's not like fantastic. I would say to start getting into like the fantastic category of motorhome quality, you kind of have to hit that 200 to 250 range where you start seeing a noticeable jump in quality. But I also think this is going to certainly beat a lot of other motorhomes out there in the segment as far as quality goes, for something that is under $150,000. This storage space does not go all the way through. Your baggage doors here are nice and thick. They're not a really slim baggage door there. And then you have a couple shelves back here and some more storage space back there. You have your backup camera here. You have a ladder to get up onto the roof. This has a fiberglass roof. So actually, let's go ahead and climb up there. Again, this is where like good quality, you know, not everything out there is going to have a fiberglass roof at this price point. So that's a pretty big deal. You see up here, that is fiberglass on that. Slide toppers on top of your slide outs. You have a 200-watt solar panel. And then all of the seam work up here looks pretty dang good as well. Although I will always say, every time without fail, it is your job as an RV owner to go and check your roofs, check all these seals from day one, literally from the day that you pick up your RV, and make sure that there are no cracks, no holes, no anything like that, because it is part of being a responsible RV owner. And you should check that really as often as you can. Coming along this way, you can store a sewer hose in the bumper. So you see the cap here, this can squeeze and pull out, and you can store a sewer hose in there if you want. This has an 8,000 pound hitch along the back here, I believe. 5,000 pounds, sorry. 5,000 pound hitch with the 500 pound tongue weight. It has a Schwintek slide mechanism here on the bedroom slide. Nautilus water management system here. Slam latch baggage doors on all of your baggage doors there. See your water drain area right here, so water tanks will all drain out of this spot. And then your slide out here is using, I don't know what the proper name for this style slide out mechanism is, but that's the slide outs that it's using right there. If you know the proper name for that, let me know down below in the comments, please. You have a 5,500 watt generator right there, and then that pass-through storage compartment, and then finally spot for your batteries right there on the MORryde sliding tray. And one more little storage space over here with your 30 amp solar charge controller. It does have side cameras here in the mirrors. It has power and heated mirrors as well. And then as we step inside, frameless windows also gives us a little bit of a cleaner look. Obviously you can see the awning out here, LED light strip. And then as we step inside, right when you walk in, you have your battery disconnect switch right there. You have your solar power monitoring system right here. And then you have your controls for your awning. So nice, easy access for your awning switch and exterior light switches, your power step switch and your interior light switch and accent light switch. So all that stuff very easily and very easily accessed right here when you walk in. And then as we look through here, if you've seen an Entegra Vision before, this is pretty much the exact same thing. And it's a nice motorhome, it's not bad. You have the bed up over the top that will drop down. So you can see that space up there. It will have a light up there as well that's not currently on. You can see the controls for it right here. So see how that will drop down like so. You have swivel seats up front. You're gonna have a JBL sound system here, so JBL speakers up above each individual in the driver's area. Passenger over here, in addition to having this nice light across the dash, it just kind of gives it a nice aesthetic. You have this pull-out tray here that will allow you to work while you're going down the road or just have a meal, whatever you need to do. And then again, the curved windshield, just gonna give you a nice look as you're going down the road. You have a shade here for privacy that will drop down, plus shades on the side windows as well. And going to get a really nice viewing experience. Even your windows on the sides here are just huge. So you have these pillars right here, and aside from that, I mean, that is really your only obstruction for viewing your entire environment around you. So really, really neat with that and just the experience that you are going to get. Right here, you're going to have a little pad there. You're going to have outlets, USB Type A ports, and cup holder. Yeah, this little table that can be removed right here. So this is going to be a table. It's not currently locked in place properly because it's wiggling around quite a bit. But you have this table here nonetheless, so that can sit there, give you a spot to want to take a break and play a card game or anything like that. Or if you're just hanging out at your campsite, you have a spot where you can hang out here in the driver's seat chairs. You have this mobile ES system here on your screen. Let's go to the home page. See here, you're gonna have all your sound controls in there. Pretty simple and straightforward on that. And then on your dash, you're gonna have standard, what's it called? Why can I not think of this dang word? Your standard gauges up here for your speed and your RPMs. It's not like a digital dash or anything like that. You have your auto leveling system right there. And then your power mirror controls, things like your light controls, your shade controls, basic stuff like that. As we turn around this way, your dining table back to the kitchen is all in the slide out. So when this slide is closed, it's not a deep slide. It's only about, maybe it looks like about 1.5 feet or so, maybe 2 feet at best. You're still gonna have a walkway here back to the back of the camper, so it's not gonna completely block that space. Your TV, as you can see, pops up over in that area. I think that's a great spot for the TV because if you imagine one, just being seated here to travel down the road, this is going to be a very easy spot to watch TV. Plus, keep in mind the slide out's going to come in, so that TV is going to actually be even closer than it appears right now. In the booth seating, you can see it's a legless booth dinette, so you're not going to have to worry about your legs hitting anything, getting in and out of there. You have a total of 6 seat belts in here, in addition to the 2 more in these chairs, so you can comfortably and legally and safely seat up to 8 people in this motorhome, which is awesome. JBL soundbar for your entertainment, and then you have outlets and USB Type A ports there. This is a 40-inch screen, connects TV. It is a smart TV. And then you have pull-down blackout shades on your windows. Another nice touch you see here that gives it a little bit more of like a clean look is the wood framing on the windows. So that's nice to have those wood frames on the windows. Again, pull-down blackout shade. And another thing that is always nice to see in motorhomes is they have already put these little Velcro pads here that help with the sound as you go down the road. These want to like continually do that and beat up against these windows while you're going down the road. There's really no way to prevent that necessarily. So these pads just mute that sound so you don't hear it as much. Certainly far less than what you hear with like plastic on plastic or plastic on metal. Storage space up through here. And then you can see on the cabinet doors, these are actual solid wood cabinet doors. They are not wrapped cabinets. So that is nice as well. And as we keep going around this way, a little bit deeper storage up through here. Pretty simple and straightforward. And with this seating area here, this is going to lay flat. So it is a jackknife sofa and will lay flat like so. Pull this back up. Oh goodness, this is definitely a 2-hand operation. There we go. And as we keep going back this way, 2 air conditioners in here. That's going to be great for this size motorhome. It's going to have no problem staying cool in the warmer climates, as it's not that long of a motorhome, only about 30 feet or so, and having 2 air conditioners in here. And you can see the ducting goes down both sides of the motorhome. So there's all kind of AC vents here in this motorhome. And as I turn around, you see it goes all the way back to this AC, and those are ducted together. So definitely going to have no problem keeping it cool. Right here in this spot, you have a residential size microwave. Your storage space up there. LED lights up above the slide out look nice. And then you have storage space there. Does not have a solid surface countertop, so this is going to be more of like that wrapped style countertop here. So just doesn't have that, you know, ceramic style feeling countertop that you'll find in the more expensive motorhomes. See your storage through there. That drawer is like deceiving in how tall it is. I guess it has the height clearance all the way back through there, but for some reason the side walls of this cabinet don't come up very high. And then in these cabinets, you can see it is like this is what I was expecting it to look like. And you can see it's plywood drawer construction there with staples on the drawers. Open this up, nice big storage space there. Can definitely fit some pots or pans in that spot. Standard RV size oven, nothing crazy there, and a 3-burner gas stove. Real tile backsplash back behind here. That's nice to see. Wireless charging pad here, and then this also pops up and is going to give you outlets and USB ports right there. USB Type-C port on that also. 2 little lights there, light switch, and that is pretty much it. Plus you have, it looks like, yeah, a vent fan here to vent out smells while you are cooking. Let's turn around and you have your Furrion 12-volt refrigerator. See that space through there? Pretty standard RV size refrigerator. Bit of pantry storage. And these shelves are not removable. They're set in place. Storage under there and storage under here. Now the bedroom storage is also pretty dang good. As we go through this area here, you can see, first of all, you have this set of storage right there and the storage along the back wall. You have your door here for privacy, and the bed here, it is like an RV size king bed, or like an Olympic king bed, I think it could also be referred to, and it does actually flip over when you put the slide in. So it is a little bit interesting on the bed where you're not really going to be able to use it while you're going down the road, because this portion of the bed is going to flip over like that when it's in travel mode, and you can't get it to obviously lay down flat if you want, but the more bedding you put on there, the harder it's going to be to get it to lay down completely flat while you're going down the road. So not really going to be like a usable bed when you're traveling. Not sure how many people in motorhomes actually like lay down in the bed. Is obviously it's not the safest thing to not be buckled in, but I would imagine some people still do it nonetheless. Wireless charging pads on the side of the bed, and there is 2 USB Type A ports and a USB Type C port on the back. And I realized I kind of skipped over some of the wardrobe storage. We'll get back to that. Yeah, this storage space through here, and then Entegra Coach is giving you a nice big space there. And the bed is actually, as I kind of crawl across here, really nice. Trying to see if there was any outlets in that space. No outlets up above the bed area. Let's see on the sides. Yeah, there's your outlet right there. I was thinking it was going to have outlets up through here. As I turn back around, let's open up this storage area. See, nice big spot there to hang your clothes. Have 2 drawers there that will open up, and then as we go back here, 6 more drawers back in this area, and shelves in here. These are adjustable. These are not adjustable on the right. Mirrors there so you can see how you look in the morning. When you get out of bed, pull down blackout shades around the bedroom area, and again, windows are all framed out along this space. 24-inch screen TV here in the bedroom. That's going to definitely feel a little small in this space, but it's still something nonetheless. I think there might be enough room to... The problem is, I think if you went to a 32-inch screen TV, it might overlap this spot right there, but it feels like there would be enough room to push it over this way if the outlet was not in the way. So I feel like there would be a way to put a larger TV there if you wanted to, but I just can't verify for sure. It would have to be able to stick out a little bit further off the wall because it's going to cover that outlet. So we go back into the bathroom. We must backtrack a little bit because we have to talk about Liquefied. Liquefied is a black tank treatment for your RV, so you can find that on Amazon. This is going to help everything that goes into your toilet decompose properly, break down properly, and drain out properly, and keep your RV smelling fresh. So you can look up Liquefied on Amazon to find some of that for your RV. And then also, I bought a camper myself in the last couple months, and I have already taken it out on a couple of trips. If you want to see those videos that I make taking it out on trips, plus other stuff that I do as well, I have a company called Firmly Unbound. Firmly Unbound is where I am posting all of my camping trip videos. So there's a link down below in the comments and description of this video to my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel, and you can find those videos there if you are feeling curious. In here you have a porcelain foot flush toilet. Already I can tell I gotta sit down in here and see. Not always do I feel like I need to sit down. Okay, yeah, it's comfortable in here. I thought this countertop space here was going to kind of get in the way, but you can see it's really not close to my shoulders or anything like that. So not bad on that. As I'm sitting here, you can see you have a spot to hang towels right there. You have a pretty standard vent fan in here. And shower's not bad. It's a plastic 2-piece shower. Ceiling height and that looks pretty good, but of course I'll get in there in just a second. And then you have your shelves right here. Stainless steel sink, stainless steel faucet. Oh, not showing you properly. There we go, stainless steel faucet. And a little spot here to store toothbrush, sponges, whatever you want to put in that space. I don't know why I said sponges. That is definitely a kitchen thing. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, stuff like that. And then here stepping, you are going to have a bit of a step up into the shower. So as I turn this around, step up in here. I have boots on right now, which means I'm standing at right about maybe 6'3", and it's probably about 6'4" to right here, maybe 6'3.5". And up into the skylight, that's gonna mean you could be almost about 6'8" and fit in this shower. So that is pretty great. Shower head sits decently high. I would still have to duck just a little bit to get underneath it, but if you're under probably 5'11" or so, you won't have to duck to get under that shower head. So that is pretty nice. You have a window here in the bathroom, and then that is pretty much it, y'all. So curious your thoughts on what you think about this new Travel Supreme that is it new? If it's just a different name version of the Vision from Entegra, but it's a new name. So curious your thoughts on what you think, y'all, and that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, live firmly unbound.